end times that have been foretold. Some people are talking about creating a new world on Mars, right? Could this actually be the final curtain call for life on planet Earth? Someone recently sent me a cartoon of a man with his head in his hands. Tell me if you know why they sent it to me. A man with his head in his hands saying, "My desire to stay informed is currently at odds with my desire to stay sane." Right? Well said, huh? Paraphrasing Eckhart Tolle's observation in his book, The New Earth. If humanity's history were being examined by a mental health care professional, the human race would be deemed an incorrigibly violent, murderous, insane, and psychotic psychopath. Although Tolle shares this in a semi-tongue-in-cheek manner, his point is a valid one. We can think of humanity's past as a rather sordid record of an ego-based, shadow-driven world. Now, while I'm one who believes it's important to stay informed about what is happening in the world, hopeless doomsday thinking is clearly counterproductive to bringing forth any measure of peace, insight, or change. In fact, I think it just adds to the problem, don't you? I set out to overcome my inner state of what the H to one of, oh, my God. And doing so, I began writing down the positive things that could conceivably come out of this messy time. And here's the list that came through. Creative, progressive folks like us finally get out of our complacent bubbles, join up with each other, speak up, and take appropriate healing action. People all over take on the personal work of self-reflection as a way of life. Courageously looking within at the shadow side of ourselves because we realize something that's not so easy to look at. That the world's ills stem from and in fact are mirroring our own individual fear-based thoughts and actions. 3, Sleeping Beauty, aka the intuition, wakes up in every heart, and she is no damsel in distress. Turns out, she holds the key to wise, powerful, compassionate solutions. 4, Heart-centered living lovingly embraces and heals fear-based living. And 5, we wake up to the danger and pain of rampant separatism and racism, and integral oneness consciousness finally emerges as the new normal. Hey, it could happen. Maybe this chaos marks the dawning of the age of Aquarius that the boomer generations have been anticipating for decades. Perhaps the harmonic convergence lines up for real this time. Perhaps the indigo children are ready to launch. There's no reason why a transformed world can't emerge. It begins with a transformed mind. And the first hurdle that each of us needs to clear is the belief that it can't happen. Are you with me? The belief that it can't happen. As my best friend in seminary used to be fond of saying to herself, get past yourself, Jane. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the first step. Get past ourselves. And those bedrock beliefs and pessimistic thoughts that sort of are rooted down there. Get past that stuff. When I think about it, it's always about getting past ourselves, isn't it? So this is the work. The face in the mirror will not smile at me before I smile first. If I really believe that the outer world mirrors what is going on within me, then I have some work to do. So, what if we are poised on the edge of a new age? What if we were to all include the following list of possibilities in our personal vision going forward this year? To let go of the belief that positive change and oneness cannot happen. That's pie in the sky. It's too optimistic. To visualize what we want to see come forth, what we want to see develop out of all this. And then to feel it as though it had already happened, to just conjure up the vision within and feel that vision in our bodies. Which makes the next step really easy. Saturate our hearts in gratitude. Surrender to divine mind and let it lead, and stop interfering with the flow of life through our negativity and our struggles and our separateness. 6, in a state of total expectancy and gratitude and excitement, say yes to whatever is showing up in our path, because we know it is exactly what needs to be there for us to take the next step. And finally, pay attention. Notice when that critical inner voice and those shadow beliefs surface, and understand that this is a spiritual emergency. When this happens, we need to apply a liberal dose of the only antidote that actually works. That magical combination of self-forgiveness and compassion. And, as Mary Morrissey always used to say to us, rinse and repeat. It's time for all of us to find within ourselves what we want to see in the world and express it. We think the world needs more compassion, be it. More integrity, be it. More kindness, be it. What if my voice and my action could be that proverbial straw? What if it's your voice or action? Could the change agents be in this room right now? Is the final snowflake wending its way downward even as I speak? Is it poised to alight? Could be. I say yes. And maybe today's service is the moment. God bless you all. And Dennis.
Thank you.